vision. One mic extensions that'll look like expeditions on. Man, it's too loud. Hear me in your city, cause when I start spitting too much drive, need some power steering, cruising to a better vision, y'all. Can you hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me?
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Minnesota Vikings. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Back to throw. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Set! Green 39! Green 39! Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
Back to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. Wait a second, they did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. Here's Breida. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Give the tackle there to Danielle Hunter.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Not today, baby, not today.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
11.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Ben Gideon in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I don't see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And now out comes Minnesota. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Everson Griffin in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Wait.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Johnson, the intended target.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
All right, here we go. Green.
On 2nd down, Cook. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
Gone! 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 Watch him now, Barney. Barney!
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's got Mason complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And a nice gain of 21 yards. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. DeForest Buckner able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Green, 39.
A give. This is Cook. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 13 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup. And guess what?
And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Carlson now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ben Gideon in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Garoppolo looks to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Anthony Barr in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Fielded at the 33. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Tavarius Moore. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And an alley to run. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. A big play there for the Niners. Give him 42 yards on the ground. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. A dump down to McKinnon. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call. Not easy being a rookie left tackle in this league, and there they got him for the penalty.
Not easy at all. Think about what you're dealing with every game you play. Ostensibly, the best pass rusher is over you on every snap. I'd be a little jumpy myself.
After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9.
13.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Gould is able to put it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They start the drive with Cook. And he's got room. But I think the ball's out. And this is going to be 49er football. Anything to make of this, or just a bad stretch? Because he had the 2 fumbles he lost last week and now a 3rd.
It's a bad stretch, but it's one that he has to make sure he overcomes. This isn't on anyone else but him. Taking care of the ball, tucking it away, keeping it high and tight. All the while doing that, and not slowing down his running and his ability to move the ball forward.
They run it with McKinnon. And he'll go down at the 28. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around with the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. Gold now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first. Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. So second down and 10. Detroit, once again, they'll go from the 40.
Detroit!
Back to throw now on second and 10. He's going to let this one go deep. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Looking to throw. And he's able to find Diggs. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 18 yards there and a first down.
Detroit!
They'll set up a throw. Throw left side on target to Thielen. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Handoff comes to Cook. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Credit the tackle to Kentavious Street, the product of NC State. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Sponge! 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 No! Go! Go!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively, as he'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw here. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. Now the 49ers going to take another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
They'll run for it. Cook. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. So give him the first down. 1st and goal after a pickup of 4. And the decision to go for it pays off. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll run with Cook. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
They'll set up to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with Breida. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. He gets it left side to Johnson. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And give him a gain of 37. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He connected on his first, this from 41. And Gold is able to put it through. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Carlson now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
11. Go ahead.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ben Gideon, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
11. Wait. 2.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Emerson Griffin in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Here's Bradley Pena now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
Watch it now, Barney!
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Detroit!
They're going to look to throw. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
Back to throw. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it. What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Ben Gideon in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on third and long? Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. And Gold is able to put it through, and now it's a two-score game at 9, 16-7. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And Diggs has it. He finds an opening past the 40. A huge play there on the screen pass. 57 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for first and 10.
Lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone. Detroit, Detroit.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw here. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And the lead is down to 2. Carlson now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run again with Breida. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. On the tackle, it's Trey Waynes.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10.
Detroit! 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 Gun! 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 Gun!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got Mason complete. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
56. Lucky 56. Gun! 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 Gun!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Gun! 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 Gun!
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 4.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
All right, here we go. 319. 319. Leopard. Leopard. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. Open man as Thielen is complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Now back to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To throw now on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
They'll set up the throw. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 5. Carlson now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now. All the work he's getting.
He'll be dropped at the 30. The shifty move got him a couple extra on the play. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
20.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminated.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. Able to haul it in is Kittle. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Wait.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes the catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
The Niners on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
21. Here we go.
He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. Carlson now to add the extra point. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Out to the 25-yard line. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Garoppolo now. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Anthony Barr in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. They'll toss it to Breida. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Now Garoppolo, gotta have this one. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one.
Go!
looks like he'll throw here. That is caught inside the 5. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Part of the reason we're in overtime, all the interceptions he's thrown in this game, but that was a good throw right there.
He's really not daunted, is he, partner? I mean, it's been interception palooza for him, and he's still pushing it downfield, trying to make a play, and he was successful on that throw.
Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the fourth quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then